guys, what? Welcome back to the Big Damn Garage. This is the Subaru. This is my love. And this is the Subaru's engine. Actually, I don't really know any of this. This is where the windshield wiper fluid goes. Coolant. This you're not supposed to open when it's hot. Learn that in the 350. Because it broke down. Anyways, let me show you where I sit. I sit here. Can I open the door?
Yeah, go ahead.
I sit in this spot right here. With this thing. Oh, sorry, I'm chewing gum. Shouldn't have been doing that. These are mine. Super cool like that, you know? Is what it is. So yeah. Stay tuned for all the cool things. They're replacing the clutch right now. Peace out.
Alright, welcome back to Big Damn Garage. It has been, honestly, I don't even know. Probably upwards of 4 months since the last thing we've ever posted. And the last thing we posted was, I think it was Colorado. That was, how many months ago was Colorado?
I've been back.
It was around April.
It's August and it's now May.
I think it's April.
July, 3 or 4 months.
It was a while ago. But it's currently...
You?
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
Since the last video.
5 or 6.
Yeah, it was September... what's the date right now?
19.
No what? Alright, it's the 19th. We have not made an update on the K-swap. But the thing with the K-swap is, it's done, it's running, well, it was running. And only downside about the K-swap was, it wasn't, well, the VVT gear wasn't responding to the intake target. So let's say the intake target was telling the VVT to, or telling the ECU to activate the VTC spool to either activate or either to advance or retard the timing. It wasn't responding. Well, according to what the readings were. And therefore, because of that, I could not have VTEC. So what we did is we just did a little bit of diagnosing, kind of just troubleshooting in the dark. And I bought a VVT gear and we replaced that. But when we replaced it, we were about a tooth off. But we didn't know that. And so we were doing a compression test and we only had 20 pounds of compression throughout all the cylinders. And so what we have to do now is we have to take the head off.
I don't know why. I might be on the phone or something.
No.
Or is that a voice?
No, we need to take the head off, or we have to take the head off and see if the valves are bent. If the valves are bent, gotta take it to a machine shop, get that worked on, get that fixed, and then put it all back together. And another thing is I'm planning on switching from FuelTech to Link ECU. That's just one thing I've been talking with my tuner about, and it's something he recommends because FuelTech wasn't initially created for just like street cars. FuelTech was originally used for like just, 10-second, well, not really 10-second cars, more like just drag cars in general. Like things that weren't meant to run longer than a quarter mile. And they've been recently adding to their software to make it more daily driver friendly. However, I think the interface is a little not user friendly for daily driven cars or daily driven tunes. But right now we have the Subaru. It is currently getting a clutch job. And we have it down and we have a lot of transmission fluid everywhere. He's in there right now, removing the clutch. How's that going?
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
These were not 12-point bolts. I don't know if that's an issue.
12-point.
Yeah. Miley, like my dad just said, I asked him if they were supposed to be, or that they were going to be 12-point, and he said yeah. But I doubt it really matters.
Yeah. As long as you have the matching hardware.
The SI ones were 12-point.
But hopefully the pilot bearing isn't difficult to take out, because the last time, I mean, a common thing that people do if you don't have the right tool is shove bread into the bearing and mash it in with a mallet or hammer to push the bread up behind the bearing, and it'll actually force it out. So we'll see if we have to do that. Oh, we got a new car. We got a new car to the fleet. All right, so we got Samantha's new car. In one of the most recent video where you saw her car, it was a Toyota Corolla, but now she's getting into the cooler car stuff. I don't know if, I mean, it is gonna be cooler because we have a lot planned for it. Nothing crazy, just mostly cosmetic, and maybe a little bit more like just how it rides and all that. But it's an NC Miata that's pretty much bone stock. You want to show us what you've done to the interior? So, well, I'm not gonna get in her car because I'm absolutely filthy. But we've got a new steering wheel. From what is this? What steering wheel? What's that? Vivalante or whatever. What is this material?
It's painted wood.
Just painted wood. Yeah. Feels pretty good. It's not. This is it a deep dish?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a deep dish. And then we've got the Mishimoto shift knob, and then also the Bride shifter boot. She's going with like a pink kind of vibe to it. But new radio, all that. Then we have this homemade DIY speaker box that the previous owner did. This is the gas. What is this? The gas or the trunk?
It's a gas.
This is the gas lid release braided Boy Scout thingy. I don't know. But yeah, some more progress.
I got the clutch out. It attacked me.
I'm currently whipping a Accord wagon. I'm not going to show too much about it since it's not actually mine, but yeah, that's that. The D series actually is going to get a new clutch, a new turbo. I think that's all we're really doing to it.
And that's still up in the air.
And that's still up in the air, just because I'm probably going to need to borrow that car up until I either start making payments on another car or fix the K-swap, which I don't know. I've kind of just put the K-swap away for a little bit. I don't know. It's getting to my head physically and mentally. It's making me want to cry.
2 days later.
All right, so we're back. It's 2 days later. So one thing that we had to do is we had to get the flywheel resurfaced because there was just a little bit of like surface impurities, such as like slight cracks in the flywheel, like surface cracks, really tiny. Nothing necessarily significant, like a crack all the way through. Heat cracks. That's the best way to put it. No cracks, and it actually penetrated all the way through the flywheel. So the flywheel is still reusable. Yeah. Excuse me, but it's a simple process. Just go get it resurfaced. They just take a machine and take off the tiniest layer of metal off. And so now we've got the clutch in and the clutch and the pressure plate. He's torquing those down right now. I'll slide underneath for you. It reeks of transmission fluid. Really bad. All right, here we go. All right, so yeah, Frank, watch your hair, buddy. Because this stuff right here smells so bad. He's torquing those down right now. My nose is burning from that smell. You got your alignment tool in there. And yeah, so once he gets these all torqued down, we'll throw the transmission on and then just start putting stuff back together, like the linkage, all the mounts. One of them are somewhere over there, right over there. And we'll be back in business. We're actually gonna make a trip out to see Sammy. He's at Pfeiffer University. That's where he's in college right now. And gonna go see him, watch him play soccer. But yeah, this is just priority number one. Yeah, mount this thing on, put the drive shaft back in, the exhaust back in. But yeah, update you when we start throwing on the transmission or whenever it's already on, because I don't think I can record and put it in. So it's like 4 days later. What had happened was everything was solid. We got the transmission made it up, axles in, drive shaft, the whole boot and canoodle, whatever that saying is.
What?
But we never put the power wire or the ground on the starter. So we hooked the battery up. They were both touching the starter solenoid at the same time. And then, like, big cloud of smoke.
Yeah.
So, it didn't start until today. Bought a solenoid, of course. Nobody carried it in stock at any local parts stores. So, but started right up. We drove to Jacksonville. It was about a 40-minute drive. Rode fine. Started every time.
What clutch did you get?
I got an ACT SB5 HDSS, which I'm assuming is SD Street S
Street
something.
rated.
It's a disc.
Single disc?
Yeah, single disc.
Not puck.
Correct.
Not puck. Alright, so
A puck would probably destroy third gear again.
yeah. Flashback to rebuilding the Subaru in like 9-degree weather in Colorado. That was fun. Literally, we used this as our heat lamp for our fingers. But yeah, right now we just picked up a starter for the D series because it has starting problems right now. We've been push starting it, probably wearing out some sort of bearing in the transmission.
Throw bearing. It makes noise when the clutch is engaged. So, no, that would make sense.
Yeah, so well, either way, like second gear sounds like straight cut gears. Sounds like a dog box.
So does first, and it's starting to do it in third too.
Yeah, it's getting pretty bad, but this
But-
thing is will never die.
It only does it to load though, not RPM, which I think is kind of weird. And it also just stops after a certain RPM, which is also kind of weird. So we'll see if it brings any more problems. But
I mean, if it does, we're probably not going to rebuild this transmission.
if it's the throwout bearing or the pilot bearing, we'll just change it when we do if we do the clutch.
But the end goal is to probably blow this thing up, to be honest. Like, we're just being honest.
Yeah, several people have actually talked to me about buying the motor off me. I'm just like, you don't want it.
You
I
don't
want to blow it up.
Yeah, this thing is a hot mess, man.
Currently, the center cam seat isn't even making contact with the cam,
Yeah, and then we just found a loose bolt on the transmission.
which could have caused the noise.
That one right there. But hopefully this is the right starter. We just assumed that this is, well, it's a D16 Z6 swap SI motor. We're assuming that it's a matching, transmission and motor. Hopefully it is. I mean,
Yeah, I didn't even think to look until someone said, "Do you have an SI transmission too?" I was like, "Yeah," but I have
we have no idea. So we're gonna see. Hopefully this fits. I mean, the bolt pattern looks like it lines up. So I mean, either way, we're gonna make it work. Hopefully, I mean, unless it just doesn't line up, but hopefully it does, because that's $120. Not well spent. Came out of my pocket. I actually bought this part for the Civic because I have,
you're carless.
because I'm currently carless. The Civic needs to get its head pulled and checked for bent valves because timing was not set correctly, and we
Possibly, probably bent it up.
probably we did a leak down test that was showing a lot of blow by out the intake side. So there was valve lash on both sides, meaning that the valves were at the highest that they could possibly be, meaning that the springs, the rockers were not, nothing, it wasn't under load, meaning the valves were all the way up, and there was still blow by coming out of the leak down test out of the intake side, which is a no bueno sign and more money for me. So I don't know if I'm going to hang up the Civic for a little while. All right, so we have the old one out, just comparing it to the new one. We had to look up a forum because they're a little different. Overall, similar bolt pattern. I mean, you can see that right there. See it right there. The only thing that was a little confusing at first was this little protrusion. Not too sure what the point of that is.
In like this shape and that shape.
Yeah, right there compared to this. I don't know. We looked up forums. People said that the D15 and D16 have the same starter. The only reason we asked that question is because we don't know if that, like I previously said, is if it's like a matching D16
I should just
You know-
look for the code. I don't know where it's at.
engine and transmission. He's gonna look it up, but we're gonna put it in regardless. And then, but yeah, there's so much oil on the inside of the starter. I doubt that is normal.
But the I can see the pressure plate. It looks bone dry. I don't know if you could show it on camera, just because of where it's at.
Yeah, looks pretty dry now. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, we're gonna put it in. He's gonna look up the transmission code if it can scrape all that caked up oil off of it. And hopefully it starts, and then I have the car to drive for a little bit. We're going to install the starter. All right, so we got the new starter in, and it works. And that's pretty much it. I don't really know what else to say, because not much has been going on. Working a whole bunch, trying to save up money. Going to Hennessy Performance Tuner School next year in the fall. 6-month program. But that should do it for this video.
Turned black.
What is that?
That was my burn from 2 weeks ago that I cut open.
Yeah.
And then got transmission shavings and
Oh my god. Alright, that does it for this video. See y'all in no time for certain.